Hey, what is going on, Pisces? Butch here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I am going to be doing this read with the Pulp Tarot. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Pisces? What do we have coming in for Pisces? All right, Pisces. There now. The first thing that I'm getting is I feel like this energy is someone that you already know. Now, for some of you, this is someone you've known for a while, and others, this is someone you just met. But I feel like the energy is someone that you do already know. You're already aware of this person, because I do feel like there's already some connection with this person. Now, we start off, we have the Knight of Wands, so I feel like there's definitely some flirtatious energy with this person. I definitely feel like there's a lot of communication with this person. I just feel like through this communication, you've gotten to know this person, and I feel like there's some real feelings for them. I do feel like you are a bit worried that maybe their feelings for you aren't on the same page. Maybe this is just something physical, because like I said, there's a lot of flirtatious energy, but I feel like that communication kind of tells a different story. I feel like this person's a bit reserved. We have the Nine of Wands as well. So I feel like this person is kind of protective of their emotions. So I don't feel like you're wrong. I get the impression that your intuition is telling you there's something much more going on with you and this person than just physical. But sometimes our head gets involved. Our imagination kind of gets the best of us. I feel like your intuition is telling you there's something different about this person. They're not quite like anyone else you've ever met. And the connection you have is more than just a physical thing. But then we have the Moon card, so I feel like the imagination sometimes plays tricks on us, thinking that maybe you're looking too deeply in this. Maybe it's not as deep as you think it is. Because I feel like the way you feel about this person is like this is the person you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for this person. So there's a very special connection there. But then again, like I said, I feel like this person kind of holds back. They're not really... They're very protective of their energy. And I feel like they have a hard time sometimes with emotion. Or like even not so much as feeling the emotion, but expressing the emotion. But what I do see, like I said, I feel like this person's kind of like in this self-imposed prison. It's hard to get a lot out of this person. But I feel like this person thinks about you the same way as you think about them. I mean, I feel like they are on the same page. And I feel like they are going to tell you. You know, I do feel like this person feels that connection as deeply as you do. I mean, I feel like we have new love here. And it's a very emotionally mature energy. This is not just like an infatuation or obsession, or, you know, sometimes when you meet someone and you have this great physical rapport, sometimes that's what they're sticking around for. Not with this person. They see this connection as something much deeper than just a physical form. They look at you as something much more than that, more than just a physical partner. They look at you as a friend, even so much to say as a best friend. And they also look at you as someone that they can have a future with. You know, I mean, we have the Hierophant and the Star card. I do feel like this person is going to give to this. They're going to nurture this. Because I feel like they do feel that connection to you. Just don't get let's not get too hung up, is what I'm saying. Is don't get too hung up on how they're, or what they're showing you as of right now. You know, I feel like this person, they need to learn to trust someone. And I feel like you're someone that will help them with that. You know, and I feel like, I mean, obviously you're having a hard time seeing what's right in front of you because they're not really showing you it yet. But that will come. All signs here are leading to that will come. You know, I feel like they're hiding it right now out of fear of giving themselves to something without really knowing what they're getting into. This is not someone that jumps in with both feet without looking. But they're looking and they continue to look. You know, they're seeing you. They're feeling you. And that's something they're not usually accustomed to, is that emotion. Like I said, they're not overly an emotional person. But what's clear about this person is they do know what they want. I mean, they want to build a foundation with you. Knowing what they want with that Two of Wands and the Four of Wands, building that foundation. I do see it coming together. I do see this is all coming together, but I feel like patience, I know a lot of people don't like that word. They don't like to have patience, but this person sees you as someone they can build a future with. They have a connection with you already, and this connection continues to grow. They're not looking at you as someone that they can get closer with quickly. They see you as someone they want to get closer with long term. You know, I feel like this person fantasizes about you, and they already see this moving forward. You know, they've already been fantasizing. You know, we have the Ten of Cups as well, so fantasizing about a family with you. So this person is seeing you in a much deeper way than you may even be expecting. And I feel like when they tell you this, I feel like it's going to shock you how deeply this person feels about you and how long-term they've looked at this. I mean, they're already looking at a future with you, and that's not something someone does if they're not interested. I mean, you're not like anyone they ever met before. And like I said, sometimes we need to meet that person that brings the things out of us that need to be brought out. You know, what I mean by that is the right person brings the right things out of you. And until you meet that person, those things may not have been brought out. Now, when I say this person doesn't show emotion, they're not overly showing emotion, that's because they're not used to it. Doesn't mean they don't feel it, because I feel a lot of emotion in this read. I feel like this person has an emotional connection to you. And I feel like this person, they're not giving up on this. I mean, this person putting in the work. You know, with that Eight of Pentacles, I feel like this person feels stronger when you're with them, and you feel stronger when you're with this person, and that will only increase. I mean, we have this Emperor and Empress energy, and I always love to get this in a read because it's like being side by side with each other, both bringing something into it, getting the best out of each other, stronger together. You know, and when we look at the Empress and Empress, like king and queen, or king and king, queen and queen, whatever your dynamic is. But the thing is if you go back into history, some of the biggest, some of the best kings had a great queen. Just like that saying, behind every great man is a great woman. You know, I feel like it takes a partnership to build a strong kingdom. And I know that we're not in the kings and queens anymore, and you know, in kingdoms, but I feel like your own home is your own personal kingdom, and I feel like it needs both aspects: the nurturer and the protector. You know, the lover and the fighter. You know. And I feel like when you meet the right person, the fighter becomes a person that it's not so much fighting other people, but fighting for the one they love. You know, and this connection that you have with this person is something much deeper for them than you may feel in the beginning, but this is only getting deeper. And we're about to see how far this rabbit hole really goes with that lovers. You know, that coin phrase I like to use, the lovers. One of them, and especially relevant in this read, is that iceberg love. You knew something was there, and as we get closer and closer, and as we, you know, approach that closeness, we start to see how deep this really goes. And that's when we start moving forward. You know, with this person, like I said, I mean, they see you as someone that they want a deep commitment with. You know, with that Hierophant, it's that strong union, and the Star card, that nurturing energy. You know, I feel like you're both on the same page. I just feel like the energy you're getting from this person may feel like they're holding back, but it's not. They're just very defensive. They don't give to people lightly, but I see them giving to you because you to them you're very special, and this is a special connection. You know. I mean, you're not like anyone they ever met before, so it's kind of it's new territory for them. So I do feel like it's kind of like walking on ice for the first time, and you know, first time in the season when the lakes freeze over, and someone goes out there and they kind of step lightly because they want to make sure that they're not going to break through. You know, they got to test it, and I feel like this is not something they're used to, so they are going to take their time. But I feel like how deeply this person feels about you is kind of what this read is all about. I feel like it's going to shock you how deeply they feel for you. And I don't see them going anywhere. I mean, you got their attention, and they will fight for this. Like I said, this isn't just someone that just wants a one-night stand or something casual. I mean, this is something deep. They look at you as something much, much more than just a physical connection. I mean, the physical connection is obvious here. But when they fantasize about you, this is the thing that I really enjoy with this. When they're fantasizing about you, they're not thinking about... Well, I mean, I can't say that they're not thinking about sometimes, but the majority of them fantasizing about you is having a future with you. It's not just it's not physical. Not all the time. And I can't promise they're not physically, they're not fantasizing about you physically, because I can't really say that. I feel like you have a great physical connection. So to say they never do, I think that would just be unwise in my part. But it's more than that. It's deeper than that. They've never been this deep, and they just keep they want to go deeper. You have them. I like it. With this person, there is some fire. We have some Sagittarius and Aries. We got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We got some Taurus, Gemini, and Aquarius. Sometimes we meet someone that changes the way we think about everything. We meet someone that changes how we look at things. And this is the energy I'm getting with this person. I'm actually getting kind of sweaty because it's kind of a hot connection. I like it. It's something based out of something real. I mean, we have that physical connection, which is obvious. But what's not obvious and what will become obvious is I feel like this person can talk to you like they've never talked to anyone before. This person and I feel like vice versa. They feel like you listen and you feel like they listen. And that's where it gets confusing of why you don't see it as much as you should, but you will see it. But like I said, we have the physical. We have the mental, someone you can talk to, someone that listens, someone understands. And that best friend type energy. And then we definitely, in spades, we have that emotional. So, we have it all. And like I said, with the Ace of Cups and the Lovers, it's definitely a soulmate vibe with this person. Like I said before, and I've said this plenty of times, and I'll say it again. I feel like in order to unlock our true potential, we have to find the missing piece. It's like trying to ride a bike with one wheel. And I know people say, oh, this is a unicycle. I'm talking about a 2-wheel bike with one wheel. You just can't do it. You need both wheels. It's like trying to drive your car with half an engine. Until you put it all together, you're not going to get what it was meant to get out of it. It's like that with anything in life. And I feel like when you meet that right person, they bring the best out of you. And it's not even intentional. That's what's real about it all. They're not doing it to impress you. You're not doing it to impress them. You're doing it because it's natural. It feels right. And when something feels so right, the only question I have is that wrong? I just feel like when you meet someone as special as I see this connection, and when you have a special connection like this, there's nowhere to go but up. So don't overthink. Don't let yourself overthink this. Because I feel like it is moving forward, and I feel like it's heading in a very, very positive direction. Some people just take a little bit longer. But when they're in, and I feel like this person's in. It's not just physical for them. And I feel like sometimes when people hold back a little bit, when we're feeling something for someone, like you love someone, or you really have a connection with someone, And if they're not acting the same way as you are, that doesn't mean they don't feel the same way. And I can't stress that enough. You know, only someone exactly like you will act exactly the same as you. And even then they'll act differently. Nobody's, you know, we can't be anybody else because everyone else is taken. And I feel like for a lot of us, the person we meet is going to be a little bit different than us. We might be compatible in a lot of ways, but I feel like we bring different things to the table, especially in this. I feel like there's different sides. And what you bring is no less important than what they bring. I don't want to confuse you that way. But the way you feel about them, and you show it, and if they're not showing it the same way, doesn't mean they don't feel the same thing. You know, they'll get there. That's what I have for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.